I am learning all the technology.
You need a selfie stick.
We'll talk about this later. Aloha and welcome to Life Journaling and Dash.
And Diaries.
We're your hosts, David.
And Ayalon.
And after living all over the world
and being married for over 30 years,
we decided to share our journey
and the adventures.
Our hope is to encourage others. Well, aloha and welcome to the second installment of Life Journaling and Dash Diaries. It was kind of interesting. We started the last episode leaving Seattle for Tacoma, and now we find ourselves in the dry part of the state of Washington, Moses Lake. And it's just amazing, to start this journey and think, okay, you're going to a place called Moses. Well, got there, did a little research, found out it wasn't named after someone in the Bible. It was named after an Indian chief in the area. They called it Moses Lake, and it sprung up. It's got a population of decent small town, is what I would call it. And yet in the middle of everywhere, we found a Japanese garden, a peace garden. And so we'll take you there this week. So just an amazing time as we start our journey. Lots of things going on. Our dogs are loving the travel. We did get a question last week, what are the dogs' names? Well, Ollie is our golden retriever, that's 11, and Hana is 5 years old. We brought him back from Japan with us when we came this direction, and they just love travel. They love water, but more importantly, they do circles around the RV, and they just want to take part in all the fun. Wherever we're going, they're happy as long as we're continuing to go places, which, maybe they get that from me. So this is quite a big adventure, and this week when we're traveling to Moses Lake, we actually got to see some people that life journal.
Here I am in Moses Lake today with Pastor Dave and Evella, and it's gone from a 2D experience to a 3D, and we really appreciate all you guys do.
Shout out to Mark and Jennifer Wood, and thanks for stopping by to Dash to share about journaling together. We did go to a different park this week, and we went to a Japanese peace garden. And sadly, when we got there, we discovered that dogs were not welcome.
No pets in garden.
Sorry. But they had to stay outside with Evella while I ventured in and got to take some wonderful pictures of this Japanese peace garden. So enjoy. It was interesting to see the koi fish in the middle of this town, in the middle of a dry part of Washington State, but we enjoyed it. We also visited another park. This one was located close to the downtown area of Moses Lake, and we got to take a walk. But in the walk along the bigger Moses Lake, we got to see people enjoying themselves, but we talked about, as we start out with this journey, what it's like to form new opinions, form new habits, form new things. And one of the discoveries we did was that it takes a while to form those good habits, which that's what we're trying to do, encourage being spiritually fit, physically fit, mentally fit. So it takes work, but it also takes persistence where you're continuing to do it again and again and again. And so Yuvella and I were discussing this.
How long does it take for a habit to form, backed by science? But it turns out I was approaching it all wrong. The 21 myth, or more accurately, it's a misinterpretation of something plastic surgeon Maxwell Maltz wrote in his popular book about behavior, Psycho-Cybernetics. So it was a plastic surgeon. when he did a operation on a patient, whether it was a nose job or a leg amputation.
It took him 6 days to get used to
No,
not
21 days.
21 days not to have a leg.
So if they fix my nose, 21 days. If they take off my leg,
21 days to realize your nose is not there.
well, to get accustomed to it.
To get accustomed to your nose not being there.
No, with it being different.
Of course it's different. You have no nose.
No, they fix it. Like if I wouldn't mind to look like Julie Roberts or something, it would take me 21 days.
Do you think you could? It was a new beginning for us too, as we were there in downtown Moses Lake, because when we got back, we recorded our first podcast for this adventure, and you could see from the website we have, at that time, we have 6 amazing viewers to start with. But it's a start, and that's what we tried to convey, is we're trying to say, hey, let's start somewhere, but just take the first step to go forward. We're not made to be in isolation, but yet that's what we're doing right now with social distancing and things like that. So we thought, when we go on the road, let's try to encourage others by doing life journaling and dash, and that's where we got the name, and that's where we got started with it. And so this was our time in Moses Lake, but also our time of adventure online with YouTube as well. I am learning all the technology.
You need a selfie stick.
We'll talk about this later. Aloha from Pastor David and the online church. And who do we have with us in person?
Hi!
Woo, the Wood family. Yeah! Mahalo for the visit on the road with life journaling and dash. I just messed that up. Oh well, it's real. And quickly we learned after 3 days of doing just the audio podcasts that our editors, and thank you John and thank you Kelvin for encouraging us, that we needed to adopt video. I thought Yulella's never going to go for being recorded. She's shy. She didn't want to do that. Actually, this is not in her comfort zone to be doing videos at all. But she came back and said, okay, I'll do the video of journaling if it's going to help other people. So we have you to thank. Please be encouraged. Please be helped to read your Bible daily, because that's why Yulella's doing this. And she said, okay, I'll put myself out there to help other people if it will do that for God. Some other first things happened there at Moses Lake, and well, I don't have any evidence left over. There's a slight picture taken, one of them, but we learned to make cookies. I shouldn't say we. Uvella learned to make cookies in the RV, and they were tasty. The other thing that we did was someone reached out to us from the Big Island and said, could you help our friends there in Moses Lake? We don't know anybody in Moses Lake, but they said, we have friends there and they're going through a hard time and they're dealing with cancer. Their husband and wife, could you please, Pastor David, reach out and encourage them? So we took a picture, we bought them some groceries. We didn't film any of the interaction with these people, but we were able to just visit with them as the husband came home from the hospital because there was nothing they could do for him anymore. Just give him some pain medicines and stuff like that. But we were able to visit with them and encourage them and take them groceries. Again, we just took this one picture of it. But God is amazing. He really is. We didn't know what to do, but we prayed and we thought, well, we could reach out and be good listeners and just comforters. So we went and we found out the day we visited, of all the days we'd be in Moses Lake, on the afternoon that we called to meet with him was the afternoon that the man and the woman were coming home from the hospital. They signed, in her words, the golden ticket because Dad's coming home. There's nothing doctors and nurses can do. We need to pray. So we prayed. But I thought, what can we do? And I prayed to God, what can we do? And so I have a bag of rocks. And I thought, well, this would be encouraging. And we took 2 rocks from the Jordan River. Now this is from the river where Jesus was baptized in Jordan. And I took them to them. We prayed with them, things like that. But I gave them the rocks. I said, I just, felt I wanted to give you these rocks to encourage you. And We prayed, but to give you something tangible. So we did that. Come to find out, the lady in the story, actually had collected rocks. And so it was perfect for her. Her husband did pass on. I did talk to her husband. He knows where he was headed. He's with Jesus now. And it was just interesting that, you pray to God, or you ask God, what can I do to help somebody? I can't bake, I can't do this, I can't do this. What can you do? Well, I had a few rocks. And, we're just starting the journey in Dash, but hopefully we're able to encourage other people. And this week we have been encouraged by some of you who've written in and said kind words with our first videos and things like that. So thank you in return for helping us to reach out and encourage other people. We're headed to Spokane. So we'll see you again real soon on Life Journaling and Dash Diaries.